Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Pale Beyond. In the last episode, we left the port and began our expedition. Now we are out the sea, getting to know the crew and setting into life aboard the ship. Let's see what awaits us next. We can speak with Corvid or Cordell. I think maybe we try with Cornell. Have you agreed upon my conditions? Hunt to the point, huh? So, this is Lady Cordell. Cordell here is to provide us with the kennel of hounds for the sleds. And our agreement was that she would train them up until we part ways at the nearest island, but... Cordell, you neglected to inform me that you were bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending the pack to its death. I agree with her. You seem to have good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask for my whole kennel. It's another to drag them into the ice to chase a myth. I agree, definitely I agree. I love animals, especially dog. I have one. I probably buy in this year the second dog, so I never put them into danger. Never, never. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest, and never before has a seller made such strong demands. You already sold the dogs, did you not? You have no control over them now. This was cruel. I have right to rescind the sale at any time. I am willing to honor the deal fully should my conditions be met. She demands we allow her to come along on the expedition as a member of the crew. None of this ship have the experience and familiarity with these dogs that I possess. If you are taking them to such a brutal location, they will need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. But dogs are not so stupid. They can live without human. The humans on board too, of course. Of course. You can see my dilemma show. Bringing on another member of the crew is a risk, but our hands might be tied. Yofo? If you're so adamant, we accept your offer. Oh. You can't decide that yourself, Shaw. You aren't the captain. Yeah, I know, but you didn't know what you want to do, so you ask me for decision, and I give you decision. So no complaints. You don't thank me for this. But you are right. I doubt Lady Cordell is likely to give up in her demands. He turns to her. This deal is already to your benefit. Do you have anyone on board with extensive training in the management and ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if you can't control the dogs efficiently enough to hold them. And I would like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. We play nice. Welcome aboard, Cordell. Your knowledge should prove valuable. Invaluable. You will have a room prepared for you below desk. No need. You'll find me in the forecastle with the dogs, she leads. I hope I'm not making a mistake, Sean. I believe this all expedition is a big mistake, but you paid me for this a lot. Tonight it's Corvid time. A sailor enters. We found a stowaway in the lower hold. Bring them in. Another sailor enters, leading a young man by their side. You You're not the first stowaway I've had. The captain studies them further. You know where we're heading, don't you? I do, sir. The eyes. Do you know that before you climbed inside that crate? I did, sir. Har, how old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true. I can pull my weave, sir. Do you know your Jibum from your bowsprit? I do. I learned it all from my da. Your da? His Warson followed him on board back in the city. What shall we do with him, Captain? Well, show. I wanna throw away him to the sea. I can do this? Your fist, mate. What should we do with him? I would keep them aboard. He's not staying on board. It's your decision to make, not mine. But I don't know what he can do or cannot. I don't know anything about him. If I keep him, I have one more person to feed. I suspect that I will have problem with food. But anyway, we can, if we lose food, we can prepare from him meal, like cannibals. But we didn't tell anyone about that. So I will keep them aboard. Food. A human pig. Why? I cannot say you why. So we must play nice again. You need all the help you can get. This young man wants to help. No, he don't want help. He wants to be not to be separate from his dad. His daddy boy. So not for Phoenix. This I'd say we let him. All right, Boyd. Consider yourself part of the crew. Be sure to keep your nose clean and follow orders. I will, thank you, sir. Captain, not sir. Ah, yeah, Captain. The stowaway joins the two sailors below deck, now a member of the crew. Well, it seems the little has a new rant. I hope the rest won't mind sharing their rations. What of the father? Simple. Split their pay and their rations. Any rations the boy takes should come from his. Or, I doubt he indeed for this to happen, will keep an eye of them both. But if we split their pay, this father can be very angry. So I believe he didn't know that his son sneaks to the boat and swimming with this company. So for now, we must be very nice and not nice diplomat. I suppose you're right. I know I always have right, yeah? If I don't have right, I have right. Well, that matter sorted. Finish request. Now that's all settled, I have one more errand for you to run. Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up deck after dinner? Hefty lad. Red hair, you couldn't mistake them for another. I am very curious that is urgent matter, but if will be a urgent matter, he just go and speak with them directly, not send me. So it's not urgent matter. But I want to know who the Stock brothers are. The Stock brothers? Who are they? You haven't met all the crew yet? First mistake. The Stokes have been serving me for years. They'll be down on the middle deck because but I don't have time for meet our crew because I go and I was in the uppest deck and speak with you. After that, you grab me here and push me to make decisions. So I don't have time to get to toilet. I need to go. But it's not your fault. But it's your fault. You have a beautiful place to relax. I saw this. I wanna go and take a very hot bath. You can go. I stay. I don't want to run. Okay, so stop. Stop. Mumbo jambling, or what it can be said in English. It's not yawning. Um, Gramping. I believe, but I must check how. So we I learn new word. It's complaining. Complaining on grumbling. Yeah, grumbling, not grumping, grumbling. Okay, but stop with this. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. Oh, it's icy. Upon closer inspection, you make out the ship's photographer, Kasia Belfort, balanced on the ship's mast with her camera lining up a photo. Wait for her finish. Maybe she go to the sea and freezing instantly. Snapping a shot, she clambers down, only noticing you are on her landing. Ah, Officer Shaw! It's about time I met the first officer of this ship. Kasia Belfort. But I know what. So she's probably only one woman in this crew. Now she's the second woman, but you know. Uh, yes, I've heard you already. He heard. I know. I not. You seem to already know my name. How so? No. I do my research. I suppose there was some sort of rule against what I was doing up there. Deepest apologized, but sometimes there's a shot you just cannot pass up. Of course, because you have only water and fog, and water and fog, and no island. This is a great view for take a picture. An accomplished photographer, Kasia Belfort won the Hetzel Prize, the highest honor in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. It came as a surprise to many that such a reputable journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There was scarcely any chance or the benefactor turning her away. You expected someone of her accolades to be older, more experienced. This is likely her first time on the sea like this. Mm, she's not prepared for this, but no one is prepared for this expedition, I believed. Her accomplishments really outweighed her young. Inexperience is a matter of interest, but her accolades speaks for themselves. The cold game pictured that as a header. Let her continue. For the piece on this voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. Nobody would read it if the title sounds like the work of an amateur. I'm not the creative type. I'm sure you'd know better. Kasia tilts her head and grits her teeth, holding an inner debate with herself. Maybe not. How about Hans' incredible voyage? Too fantastical? I suppose I will find the right name when the time comes. I am getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Apologize. I'm just a little excited. I've never been on a voyage like this. I suppose someone of your experience finds it all boring at this point. A trip to the ice may seem too compared to the Royal Admiralty. You know who I am. Why you are surprised? But she just mentioned she did some research about you. Maybe I'm not adverse to thrills. Well, I hope we have some coming this way. I'm hoping to capture something correct out of the Kurt's darling's old escapes. That reminds me, he'll be joining us at next port. I should get his picture at some point. Kasia holds up her camera with a sense of pride before holding it up to her face. Stand still, shout. Oh no, she won't take me picture. I don't want. But now I am guy. Okay, so this size is better. You can take the photo. The captain sent me to grab a copy of the manifest. Oh, yes, I'm putting together a manifest of the crew for you. She hands you an annotated document. Here it is, the crew manifest. Sailors, scouts, but scouts will be in the next port. Engineers, scientists, specialists. Nice. I don't have face. Resource cards, key items. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Kasia, it's a work of in progress. The scout team are to join us at the next port, and the captain's forbidden me from the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'll be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. I will see what I can do. I will not disturb you of your work any further, officer. I have a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers. Anyhow, safe shots, officer, don't worry. You leave her to her work. Okay, so now to Jones. You spot a lark man with a young full guide carrying a heavy crate over his shoulder with relative ease. Oh, you're Officer Shaw. He gives a bright, warming smile to Jones. That's what they call me. I'm sure you will get your nickname later. To Jones attempts to offer a handshake but loses control of the crate. He struggles before firmly holding it in place with both hands. Maybe later. Work away. So now we can go to the below deck. Deck. So now we have more crew. So first you find yourself almost knocking over a man carrying a heavy pot. Cook. Careful, careful! You almost got drenched in broth. You are the ship's cook, aren't you? You are so genius, Shaw. Apologize. I'm in a rush. On request for Hunt. From Hunt? Is there an issue with the ship? And he is very curious. Nothing worth worrying about. Hope not. Hunt's too stubborn for the ice. It's how he's always been. You hear a roar from the other side of the door. Oi! What's holding you up? The cook shakes his head with a smile and chuckles slightly to himself. He grabs the large pot, preparing to make his way to the hungry crew before turning his head to you. If you don't mind, could you carry that tray of biscuits behind me? I can help him. You grab the plate and follow the cook out the door and the table where the crew are waiting with bated breath. Upon the cook's arrival, the sailors let out a rowdy cheer, the ship's cooks placing the broth upon the table. Trust me, fellas, this one is worth the wait. The cook speaks with a tone of pride as he ladles the broth into the bowls of the crew. Oi! One at last time, you animals! Wart you're a fully handsy for only one arm. Piece of Junior! God bother Brit here too. Grab it fast before Tucker beats you to it. The crew laugh and are merry as Junior guides you back through the kitchen. You seem popular. Well, you know what they say about the hand that feeds. Sides have the crew I've known for years. You don't spend that much time on a ship with folk without learning all about them. We weren't properly introduced. Robin Shaw, right? I've been, keep, I've been keeping track of all the new crew. Yoren Stokes, but nobody calls me that. You will hear them all call me Junior. You should do the same. No idea why Hunt picked someone he's never worked with a first mate. But you seem the helpful sort. Glad to have you aboard. Why Junior? Simple nickname, my older brother is in the crew. Hence Junior. Not very interesting, I know, but it is what it is. Well, Hunt wishes to see you. Ah, yeah, God old Hunt. Never a rest on this ship, let me tell you, especially when Hunt takes a liking to you. Call the crew for dinner. The crew have their meal. It passes in relative silence. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. Over dinner, you overhear the newly picked up stowaway speaking with a one-armed man. But your lucky Hunt didn't throw you overboard. I wanna do this. So Hunt has bigger heart than I have. have a mind to do that myself. Commander, I'm here to help. Better know that involves work. Don't expect special treatment. I won't. You're an impossible child, Timmy. I agree with father. Okay, old guy, Mr. Gloss. You spot one of the Templeton science team pacing around the might deck, searching through some luggage that has been pulled from a cabin. Let me look in the light. Where was it now? He noticed you. Ah, Officer Shaw, correct? Dwight Glossy. Apologize. I seem to have misplaced something while sitting in the cabin. A bottle of wine, actually. Yeah, of course. Can't be hard to miss. It will turn up eventually. I would hope so. My wife and I brought a bottle to celebrate with. To be saved for the journey back, of course. Will, if you find it, please let me know. I believe I can find empty bottles. Not full. Templeton. Your spot Templeton looking out into the sunset. As you approach, he turns to you and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw, it will be some time before we see a sunset such as this again. The light distribution toward the southern pole is quite the change. Sentimental? In a sense. Templeton keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stirring waters of the ocean. There is great expectation upon us, officer. Are you feeling the pressure? I cannot afford to. We all have to keep our focus. Templeton looks down, catching his reflection in the ocean surface. He looks back up at the sunset. Quite the sight, but I wouldn't linger upon it too long. We should retire for the evening. It's important the first officer will rest it. Hold E to advance to the next week. So I think it will be good time to end this second episode. For now, I have mixed feelings about this game because it's plus minus 1 hour game, and I have feeling that we only have some tutorials and didn't have any action. But maybe in the week 3 will be more adventure and something will be happened. So anyway, thank you for okay, so I just want to give you told you bye bye, but I just put this E, and now we have minus 50 food ration and 50 fuel ration because it's normal 2 food per person and 2 fuel per person. Okay. The ship makes its last port on Orca Island. Corders leading dogs are picked up. The scouting crew and Kurt Darning are picked up. The days are getting brighter as you move further south. Okay, so for now it will be end. Thank you very much for watching, and see ya in the next episode.